Welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at two coins that many people overlook, but they could actually be worth thousands and even millions of dollars. We're talking about the 1975 Lincoln Penny and the 1968 Washington Quarter. These coins may look like ordinary change, but rare mint errors and high-grade examples have shocked collectors at auctions, selling for huge amounts of money. You might already have one of these valuable coins hiding in your collection or even in your pocket right now. The 1968 Washington Quarter, a coin that seems completely ordinary to most people but has a hidden potential for incredible value. Millions were minted that year, both in Denver and Philadelphia, as well as in proof form from San Francisco. While the majority of these coins are only worth 25 cents, rare mint errors, high-grade survivors, and unique varieties can bring prices in the thousands and even millions. This is one of those coins that proves you don't have to go back centuries to find something valuable hiding in your change. Most 1968 quarters you'll encounter have circulated for decades. They show scratches, wear, and heavy marks from use. In that state, they're really only worth face value. But condition is everything, and the story changes completely when you find one in mint state. A 1968 quarter graded MS 65 can bring $25 to $40. MS 66 examples often sell for $100 or more. MS 67 coins are very scarce, and those can fetch several $100s. The true rarities are the MS 68 examples, which have been known to sell for over $1,000. Perfection in a coin like this is so rare that collectors are willing to pay big money. Error coins make the 1968 quarter even more exciting. One of the most famous is the doubled die. If the die hubbing process created doubling, the letters or numbers on the coin can appear doubled, and strong examples can be worth hundreds to thousands depending on visibility. Off-center strikes are another dramatic error. A slight off-center might be $50, but the dramatic ones, where 40% or more of the design is missing but the date remains visible, can sell for $500 or more. Double-struck coins are highly desirable, especially if the second strike is far off from the first. These can bring several $100s at auction. Another spectacular error for this year is the missing clad layer. Quarters of this era were made with a copper core and nickel-copper outer layers. When one layer is missing, the coin takes on a striking two-tone appearance with a copper color showing through. These usually bring a few $100s, and if both clad layers are missing, the coin becomes an extreme rarity worth thousands. Wrong planchet strikes are also known and can be incredibly valuable. Imagine a 1968 quarter struck on a dime blank, making it smaller and lighter, or even struck on a foreign coin planchet. These are some of the most exciting errors and can bring values in the thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Auction records back all this up. High-grade 1968 quarters have consistently sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, while dramatic errors like off-centers, missing clad layers, and wrong planchet strikes continue to bring in strong prices. Collectors love this date because it's common enough to find in circulation, yet rare enough in high grades and error forms to make the hunt worthwhile. So the next time you find a 1968 quarter in your pocket change, don't ignore it. Take the time to check for sharp details, unusual surfaces, doubling, or off-center strikes. That ordinary-looking quarter could turn out to be a rare and valuable treasure. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Look at the 1975 Lincoln Penny, a coin that millions of people handled in everyday circulation, yet collectors know it can sometimes be worth far more than just 1 cent. While most 1975 pennies you find will be worth face value, certain rare varieties, high-grade examples, and mint errors can bring values that climb into the thousands and even millions of dollars. The reason this is so exciting is because these coins are still out there, hiding in pocket change, in jars of old pennies, and in rolls at the bank, waiting for sharp-eyed collectors to discover them. Now, most 1975 Lincoln pennies in circulated condition aren't valuable. They've been used for decades, exposed to scratches, wear, and dirt, and in that state they'll trade hands for 1 cent. But when you find one in pristine condition, it's a completely different story. A 1975 Lincoln Penny graded MS 65 red might sell for $20 to $40. MS 66 examples often climb into the $75 to $150 range. MS 67 examples are much tougher to find, and those can bring several $100s at auction. If you were to find an MS 68 or higher, you could easily be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Perfection in a coin that was never intended to be saved in large numbers is what drives collectors to pay huge money. But the real treasures from 1975 are the error coins. One of the most desirable is the doubled die. Doubling occurs when the die used to strike the coin is impressed with the design twice at slightly different angles, causing letters or numbers to appear doubled. On a 1975 penny, a bold doubled die can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on how visible the doubling is. Another dramatic type of error is the off-center strike. Small off-centers might sell for $20 to $50, but if the strike is 40% to 60% off-center and the date is still visible, the coin could be worth several $100s. Double strikes are another amazing category. These coins were struck twice, leaving overlapping designs, and they often bring $100 to $500 depending on how dramatic the error is. Missing clad layers aren't possible on the 1975 penny since it's made from a bronze alloy, but wrong planchet strikes are. If a 1975 Lincoln design was accidentally struck on a foreign coin blank or on the wrong metal, such as a dime planchet, the result is a spectacular rarity worth thousands. There are even reports of transitional errors from other years being struck on leftover planchets, and those coins can be worth enormous money. Auction history proves this. High-grade 1975 Lincoln cents in MS 67 red have sold for several $100s, and coins with bold errors like off-centers and double strikes often go into the thousands. Collectors are always hunting these down because the 1970s pennies are plentiful, but finding one in perfect shape or with a dramatic error is a true challenge. So the next time you spot a 1975 penny, don't just toss it aside as pocket change. Take a good look at the surfaces, the date, the letters, and the strike. You never know when a tiny detail will reveal that your 1-cent coin is actually a rare collectible worth thousands or even millions. That's the excitement of coin collecting, and the 1975 penny is a perfect example of why you should always look carefully. And that's why it pays to check every coin. The 1975 Lincoln penny and the 1968 quarter might look common, but in the right condition or with rare errors, they can bring thousands and even millions. Keep searching, keep collecting, and remember, the next big find could be sitting in your change. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.